and welcome to the inaugural episode of Stay In and Make Do, a series of daily projects to help fight apocalypse boredom. Our first project is super simple. All you're going to need is a Microbit and battery pack, a USB cable, and an elastic band. I'm going to show you a basic version and also a way to turn it up a notch if you're ready for a little bit more. But, important question, what are we making? One line of official advice that's going around during this current crisis is, don't touch your face. But according to some studies, we all touch our faces approximately 23 times an hour, so it's quite a difficult habit to train yourself out of. Technology to the rescue. We are going to build a face-touching early warning system. This is going to make use of the built-in accelerometer that the Microbit has, which is actually just a fancy way of saying the Microbit knows which way up it is. Well, without further ado, let's get programming. I'm going to be programming this project in the online MakeCode editor. So if you're following along at home, go to a web browser and type in makecode.microbit.org, click on New Project, and you should see something that looks a bit like this. On the left-hand side, we have a list of categories, and on the right, we have a blank workspace, which is where you're going to create your program. So if we go here to the Input tab, we see a list of blocks that will let the Microbit do something when it notices that a certain input has been received, like say the buttons have been pressed or something. So the one that we want is actually this on-shake block, which is going to let the Microbit do something when it detects a certain gesture. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the on-shake into our workspace. Now, shake is just one option. The Microbit can detect a whole bunch of different gestures. So I'm going to go to this drop-down menu here, and I'm going to select logo up. And what that means is this kind of a gesture. You see where I'm going with this? So what do we want to happen when the Microbit detects this logo up gesture? I'm going to go to Basic and I'm going to select this Show Icon block, which is going to make something appear on the matrix of LEDs on the front of the Microbit. Just like on Shake, there is a drop-down menu with a range of possibilities. I am going to go ahead and choose this sad-looking face here. Then I am going to drop it so that it clips inside our other block. And that's how we tell our program what order to do things in. So now that that one's clipped into that one, it means that that sad face is only going to show up when the Microbit detects the logo up gesture. And it kind of looks like we're done, but not quite. Can you spot the problem? At the minute, we don't clear the screen at all. So, once the Microbit detects that gesture once, it's going to stay miserable until we switch it off and on again by taking the battery out. So, to fix that, I'm going to head to Basic again, and I'm going to take this pause block, and then I'm going to go to Basic, More, and select this clear screen block. Then, if my dexterity will allow it, I am going to clip them both underneath my sad face, and I'm going to select 2 seconds for the pause. Now what's going to happen is once the Microbit detects the gesture, it's going to show the sad face for 2 seconds and then clear the screen so that it can remind you again the next time you lift your hand. Let's test it out. When you're ready, give your project a name and then either hit save or download, wherever my mouse is. And that's going to save a little file to your downloads folder. Next, grab your USB cable unattach your Microbit, which is going to show up in the list of devices on your computer, a bit like a USB memory stick would. It's down there. I am going to click and drag on our file and drop it onto the Microbit to copy it on there. I'm gonna try. Technical difficulties. This is meant to be the easy bit. And now the little light on the back of the Microbit is going to flash, and once it's done, it is going to disappear and reappear. Disappear and reappear on the computer, not the physical device, although that would be a neat feature. And once it's done, that's it. You can unplug it and test it out. Demonstration time. And this is where your elastic band is going to come in handy. Okay, so I'm working and then, oh no, I better not touch my face. Let's see that again. I'm working and then, oh no, I better not touch my face. That's it. Well done. You have completed your first project. You could stop there, but if you want to make it even better, I've tweaked my code a little bit. So instead of using the blocks that check for the gesture, I've kind of made my own. Using these if blocks from logic and some comparisons from logic as well, I am comparing the actual acceleration in the X and Y direction that the Microbit is experiencing and comparing those with a number. If it's greater than that number, I'm going to show the sad face, and if not, I'm going to clear the screen. Now this is basically the same as the previous code, but it's going to let me fine-tune how easily the Microbit triggers by changing this number. I'm going to put a download of this code in the description box of this video if you want to download it and have a play around yourself. But that's it. Remember, stay in and make do and don't touch your face.